Hello everybody, how are you doing again? Here's your teacher Rafael, and today we are going to talk about English, of course. But remember last class we talked about our beautiful timeline, so we are still going to talk about beauty and society, the standards of that mainly, okay? So, body image, self-esteem and the influence of society. Guys, this subject is very important, mainly because of a very important word. Last class we discussed a lot about beauty, and some people, they might feel uncomfortable with that. Oh my God, I don't match the beauty standard of society. No, don't think like that. You are all beautiful, remember that. Society shapes us in many ways, from our interactions to our personal development through to others' perception of our bodies as a reflection of self-worth. Self-worth. This is a very important word today. Self-worth, self-esteem. Self-esteem is similar to Portuguese, so I strongly believe you all know the word, okay? So body image is both internal, personal, and external, society. This includes how we perceive our bodies visually. Yes, it's important. You look at the mirror and you see yourself as you are. Don't pretend you are not that way, okay? How we feel about our physical appearance. Remember, sometimes we see as we are, but we don't accept who we are mentally, okay? So we need to accept it physically. How we think and talk to ourselves about our bodies. So yes, talk to yourself. Okay, you might sound crazy. Hello, Rafael, how are you doing? Okay, I'm doing fine. Do you like your body? Actually, I do. I'm getting shape now, but yes, talk to yourself about your body. Yes, and our sense of how other people view other bodies. So ask to a friend, so man, do I look too fat or do I look too thin? Am I eating well? Ask a real friend and he or she is going to tell you the truth in theory. We hope so. Let's cross fingers. Yes, so let's move on here. Size prejudice. Guys, do you understand the word prejudice? This is a very strong word and you need to be careful with that, mainly nowadays, yes, that many things can be considered prejudice. For example, we can have prejudice about the skin color, yes, about the size, about the sexual orientation. So we need to be careful, okay, and respect everyone. This is the most important thing. So, intolerance of body diversity has a lot to do with prejudice of size and shape in our culture. Being thin, toned, and muscular has become associated with the hard-working, successful, popular, beautiful, strong, and disciplined. So be careful. Yeah, you don't need to be perfect. You don't have to have a perfect body. Remember that. So, and don't associate with success. Having a perfect body means successful, as every single actor in Hollywood. No, they are not perfect all the time. And they work, they earn money for that, for being in shape, yes? Being fat is associated with the lazy, ugly, weak, and the lacking in willpower, okay? So guys, I'm going to talk a little bit here in Portuguese again. These words, essas palavras, esses adjetivos são muito importantes para vocês lembrarem, porque são muitos adjetivos positivos e muitos negativos. E essa associação que essa discriminação causa, principalmente eu acho que no nosso país também, nos Estados Unidos acho que causa muito também, tá? So, the lazy, ugly. Ugly is the opposite of beautiful. Weak, the opposite of strong, yes. Lacking in willpower. It doesn't mean because you are fat that you don't do exercises. Many, not I would say fat, but chubby people, okay, do exercise. I'm going to ask you guys your honest opinion about that. Should we blame the media for our good or bad body perception? Because we don't see fat people on TV all the time. Yes, we hardly ever see that. So the images of perfection we see in print, films, television project unrealistic versions. Remember, the only time you see Thor, a fat Thor, is in the last movie. Do you agree?
Oi! Thor!
Veio aqui pela TV a cabo. Cinemax caiu há 2 semanas e a parte de esporte tá toda meio confusa, sei lá.
Thor?
Rapaze! Ah, meu Deus! Meu Deus! Que bom ver vocês! Vem cá, seu safadinho!
Não, eu tô bem. Não precisa disso, não.
Hulk, conhece os meus amigos Mickey e Korg, né?
Pessoal. Oi, gente. Há quanto tempo, né?
A cerveja tá no balde? Podem logar no Wi-Fi à vontade.
The media is a powerful tool that reinforces cultural beliefs and values. And while it may not be fully responsible for determining the standards for body perception, it can be very dangerous when it comes to distortions. Remember, you can want to achieve that body. Okay, you can do it, but you cannot change your whole life for that. You can say to yourself, I want that body, but don't change everything about yourself. Yes, it's quite important to remember that. So, comments about appearance. Sometimes people can be rude and unkind. Bad adjectives. Yes, rude. Remember that song? In general, however, when someone asks questions or comments on your appearance, they are being thoughtless rather than malicious. However, most people are curious and don't mean to upset you. They forget to think about how this might make you feel. So usually when people ask you something, not 100%, but usually, they are only curious to know something about you. Maybe if it hurts you, you need to take a deep breath and try to answer calmly. Remember the word calmly. But they are only curious. They don't mean to be rude. Do you agree with that? So there are some movies that show that beauty go further than only the external beauty. Yes, here I'm going to show you a very, very important for me example of that. So let's play the film.
They aren't really pretty.
Hal Larson is dating a vision only he can see.
Oh, there she is. There's Rosemary. Where? Right there.
20th Century Fox presents
Have you ever heard the phrase that beauty is in the eye of the beholder?
Have you heard the song Who Let the Dogs Out?
Gwyneth Paltrow,
Oh,
Jack Black,
Are you okay?
brain freeze.
So guys, important film, isn't it? I don't know if you like it, but for me it was really important. And I want to ask you another thing. So, how can we build a strong and positive body image? Yes, remember, it's not about size, it's about a positive body image. Positive body image involves understanding that healthy, attractive bodies come in many shapes, yes, and sizes. And the physical appearance says very little about our character or values as a person. Yes, as people, we might be kind and not be exactly the same shape as society implies us to be. Wrapping up, basically, in this class we talked about new adjectives for positive and negative and how important our body can be to us and not to be so strict to ourselves. Just remember that So guys, important thing and keep in mind, you define beauty yourself. Society doesn't define your beauty. Lady Gaga. And here we go, we are in the end of our beautiful class, and if you have any questions, don't forget, não se esqueçam de olhar o Saiba Mais. Qualquer dúvida, conte com a gente, estamos aqui para tirar as dúvidas de vocês, tem mais links aí também na página, tá bom? Um forte abraço, so have a nice day and bye bye!